This week, the Mr. Burns of media, the boss of Fox News, Rupert Murdoch, tweeted, and I quote, "Maybe most Muslims are peaceful, but until they recognise and destroy their growing jihadist cancer, they must be held responsible." Oh, good, Rupert Murdoch. Thank God you spoke up. Because what the world needs now is another rich white Christian man telling Muslims what they need to do. What's that, Rupert Murdoch? You think the leaders of an organisation should be held accountable for the actions of a group of rebels? Why does that sound familiar? Oh, yeah, that's because you refused to be held accountable for your journalist who decided to hack the phone of a dead girl called Millie Dowler. Even Harry Potter author J.K. Rowling tweeted to say, "I was born Christian. If that makes Rupert Murdoch my responsibility, I'll auto-excommunicate." Wow, you know you're doing bad shit when the woman who created Voldemort thinks you're evil. Then a historian called David Starkey piped up on Question Time last night saying nothing has been written in Arabic that matters for at least the last 5 centuries. It prompted fellow historian Katie Leighton-Jones to tweet, "Dear Britain, David Starkey is to historical inquiry what Miley Cyrus is to classical ballet." Seriously?
I say, yeah, I did come across a book of poetry which would have been written in Arabic, obviously, because it was poetry written by Afghan soldiers from the front line.
Yeah.
And it's very touching and moving, as it would be if it were written by soldiers from any nation. That is utter horseshit.
It's utter Seriously, can old white dudes please stop saying shitty things about Islam? Because every time they do, I'm scared that all Muslims will think we're all like that, which is pretty much how all Muslims feel when a terrorist kills people in the name of Allah. And for those accusing me of defending Islam, which, and a lot have said that this week, I'm defending common sense. There are 1.6 billion Muslims in the world right now. 1.6 billion. As someone pointed out on Twitter this week, if Islam really bred terror, we'd all be dead by now. The combined forces in total of Islamic State, Boko Haram and Al-Qaeda makes up 0.003% of the global Muslim population. Less than 2% of all terror attacks are carried out in the name of Islam. You've got more chance of being killed by a bee sting, a peanut or the NHS. And I'm sure most Australians are lovely, but until we recognise the festering pus sore that is Rupert Murdoch, maybe we need to be held accountable as well. Because having said all that, I don't know, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe we should be congratulating Rupert Murdoch, because in a sorely divided world, what we need now is unity. And whether you're a Muslim, Christian, Hindu, Buddhist or Jew, I think we can all agree Rupert Murdoch is a massive fuck-knuckle. OK, I can tell you the one in your right hand is the new egg.
Is it?
The one in your left hand is the old egg, and the reason it's hard is because it's 6 months out of date. It's not good enough. We said you have to come in here in person and convince Alex. Have you been convinced by that?
That was just basically a shit, boring Snapchat, so no.